Hi, I'm Pretty Poor Gamer, and welcome to my top 10 games I enjoyed last generation. I bought the PS3 with my very own money. It was the very first console I ever did. Unfortunately that broke, so I bought a new PS3. And throughout its whole lifespan I've enjoyed a multitude of different games. So while I would like to put many more on the list, these are the 10 I enjoyed the most. So without further ado, let's get this list on the go.
Tips and tricks to share.
At number 10. Okay, let's just get one thing straight here. 90% of sequels, film-wise, are bad when compared to their first iteration. However, in games, sequels are a good thing. For example, Kingdom Hearts 2, Half-Life 2, Fable 2, Epic Mickey the Power of 2... never mind, that was shit. Final Fantasy 13 was a shit game, with an over-complex story, a boss at the end, where the vast majority of players didn't know why they were fighting it. This game did not even earn its right for a second game, but 13.2 was actually very enjoyable. The mechanics were better, there were towns to explore, and multiple endings to play. I ended up really enjoying 13.2, but the less we say about Lightning Returns, probably the better. As long as sequels go, 13.2 was really good, and that's why it earns a spot at number 10. At number 9 we have Skyrim. Skyrim was my first Elder Scrolls game, and after spending the first 10 minutes of the game running from an angry shopkeeper's wife for stealing an apple, I soon got to grips with the mechanics. It's a huge open world fantasy with environments and a lot of missions, side quests and customizations. This makes Skyrim a great game to sink a lot of time into. Initially quite a daunting game with so much to do, when you finally beef yourself up, it's time to kill everything that gives you a funny look. And let's be honest, we've all run into a town, killed everyone, and restarted the game like nothing's ever happened before. At number 8 we have the Skate series. I do feel like putting a whole series down is cheating in some respects, but to be fair, the whole thing did revive the genre. Everyone and their grandmas had played the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater series, but it got stale, and the Fairfield skateboard was almost as workable as the Duck Hunt gun or the Nintendo Power Glove. Skate's intuitive skating style, where you use the analog stick instead of the buttons, felt more rewarding when pulling off tricks, and the ragdoll physics and the bone-breaking injuries were hilarious to watch. I'm pretty sure everyone who played the game tried their best to break as much bones as possible. The enjoyment I had with my friends and offline just made Skate series a fantastic genre and a fantastic group of games to play, and that's why it earns a spot at number 8. Number 7 is Portal 2. At number 10 I talked about sequels and games being good. This is the pinnacle of progression from a previous game. Humor is spread throughout the game. It's harder and more complex. There's multiplayer, secret rooms, and the ability to create your own puzzles. Everything about the second iteration of Portal is fantastic. There's not really much more to say about it. It's definitely a game you should play, and definitely a game where you should try the user customization levels. They're fantastic to play, and they give you even more hours of enjoyment. Number 6 is an early game in the generation. It's Burnout Paradise. It really hit the nail on the head when it came to open world driving. Still as fun to play as when it came out. There are lots of races, takedown events and trick events to do. A multitude of cars and motorbikes, stunning views and the option to play your own songs. Super jumps around every corner and good times online as you try to get your license upgraded. There hasn't been a non-sim car game quite like it. And I really hope Criterion make another open world game just as good as Burnout Paradise for the PS4. At number 5, I have a question for you. What happens when you cross famed RPG developer Level 5 with acclaimed movie studio, Studio Ghibli? If you said a sticky screen, you would be right, but you also get the best JRPG of last generation, without any competition. A bit like an open world Pokemon game of steroids, you try and catch and raise your familiars and they can transform. You take the role as Oliver as you try and stop the evil witch. A fantastic plot driven game, and I really don't want to spoil it. If you haven't played it, I would do so right away. There are a lot of side quests, and even after you beat the final boss, there are even more to do, with harder boss battles as well. Definitely buy Ni no Kuni. You can pick it up really cheap now, and this is why it earns a spot number 5. It's just an absolutely fantastic JRPG to play.
This Oliver, this savior, I will taint his heart with the blackness of despair.
Number 4, it's Grand Theft Auto 5. It is the granddaddy of all open worlds. It's fun, wacky, serious, badass, gorgeous, and insane. It's the first time in the series you control more than one character, and at first I was skeptical, but Rockstar made this very easy to do. The first time in the series you could also play online as well. GTA 4 was a great game, but 5 is everything a GTA had been waiting for since San Andreas. So many things to do, such as racing, heists, getting high, and shooting clowns, exploring, stocks, flying planes, and hunting, just to name but a small selection of things you could do in this massive world. GTA is a game that does not disappoint in any aspect. Rockstar are going to have a hard time topping it with GTA 6, or whatever other iteration they have.
Persuaded him to change his mind. Incredible, dude.
Taking the number 3 spot on this list is Little Big Planet. This cute game made by Media Molecule is one hell of a game. Unassuming in its appearance, it is actually pretty difficult. It's a 2.5D platformer with a twist. You can make your own levels by collecting items within the game. You could then share and upload these creations for the community to play. This meant the game did not stop once the story was over. Levels where you sit in a car and just listen to a song, to complete homages of people's favourite games like Dead Space, Metal Gear, and Final Fantasy could all be made in glorious 2.5D. As cheesy as it sounds, the only thing that limited the experience was your imagination. You could also customize your characters too. Oh, and Stephen Fry was the voice in the game, so it's kind of an instant win and instantly deserves itself in the top 3 for that. At number 2, it's Noire. While not the biggest open world game, it was definitely the most fun and unique one I played last generation. You are a detective in the 1940s, and it's a great premise as you look for clues to solve murders and try to interrogate people using their subtle facial features. If they are being truthful or dishonest, it's up to you, but if you do call them out on being a liar, you better have the evidence to back it up. The game captures the era very well, with the suits, the cars, the guns, and the environments all having that look and feel. A short campaign, there is free roam and collectibles to get. It makes for one enjoyable and fresh IP to come out of last gens, and I'm just worried we won't see that kind of new innovative ideas, especially from bigger companies such as Rockstar. At number 1, it's The Last of Us. The Last of Us is a rare game, one of the few gems in the whole of gaming. It ranks among Ocarina of Time. It was expertly teased throughout its whole marketing campaign, and it came out to huge praise. If you haven't played this game, I would. Without giving anything away, you play as Joel escorting the young Ellie across America to find a cure for the parasitic cordyceps, which is a real thing, by the way. If you just type it in, check BBC, they infect bugs. Someone theorized they could actually infect humans if they came into contact with them. Filled with action, stealth, and huge set pieces with a very scary atmosphere, this game can join the elite ranks of the best games in history. The acting really sucks you into the game, and this already believable and brutal world, it just heightens your senses. Most gamers who played it would only need to say to each other, "Winter is over," to breathe a sigh of relief. The DLC is fantastic too. Go play The Last of Us. It is the best game on the market at this present time. That's the top 10 list. I hope you enjoyed it. Please check out my other videos, like and subscribe. I've been Pretty Poor Gamer, signing out. Bye!